Hey everyone, welcome to Wisdom Bottle. We are going to develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Have you ever had such an experience? In your life, you are always embarrassed and unwilling to trouble others. Try your best to solve things by yourself and generally do not take the initiative to seek help from others. Is that you? Psychologically, such people tend to be introvert, unwilling to communicate with others, and lack of sufficient intimacy and social support. Some psychologists point out that being unwilling and embarrassed to trouble others is a dangerous personality trait. Do you think so? Personality is a concept that describes a person's stable behavioral characteristics and attitude in psychology. Those who don't like to trouble others, they believe that only by catering to others unprincipledly can gain the goodwill and approval of others, even if they are not very willing and want to be views. On the surface, these unconditional obedience behaviors seem to maintain interpersonal relationships with those around them. However, they have overlooked a very important point in interpersonal communication. It is expressing emotions. Less of it, suppressing one's emotion, thoughts, and needs in long term are not good to the relationship. It is difficult for such people to trust others in their subconscious. They choose to hide their true self. As a result, the people around them cannot enter their mind and cannot understand their true feelings and thoughts. This is undoubtedly elusive and terrifying. Also, people with this type of personality are not good at rejecting others. Even if the requests of others make them feel uncomfortable, they will reluctantly agree to it. So, is this personality trait dangerous? Generally, even if you are suppressing your emotion and thoughts, these emotions will always burst out in other ways. Over time, this emotion will accumulate in large quantities. If they can't resolve in time, they are likely to burst out suddenly, causing serious harm to those around them. For example, in some extreme cases of social news, those criminals who commit terrorist and antisocial behaviors often appear to be normal in ordinary times. Once their emotion reaches the critical point, they will do irrational behavior. Therefore, from this perspective, this personality trait is undoubtedly dangerous. Modern psychology believes that individual personality is adaptable and flexible. Therefore, if you find yourself might have such personality traits, no worry, here I'm going to share with you some ideas to overcome it. We know that it is very difficult for this kind of people to express their needs, especially when rejecting others or making requests. They often don't know what to say. Therefore, in terms of behavior, to overcome this problem, first, we should pay attention to our body language. Studies have pointed out that about 55% of impressions of a person come from body language. When we speak, it is best to stand up straight and look at each other's eyes. This makes us feel that we are in an equal position. This not only makes us more confident, but also others will feel your confidence too. Number 2. Watch your hands. Be careful about touching your face or your neck. Both are indications that you feel anxious, nervous, or afraid. You can take a deep breath before communication to relax yourself. Number 3. Pay attention to your smile. This kind of person is accustomed to express kindness and gaining goodwill by smiling. But smiling will also make people feel no sense of authority in speaking. So don't smile when expressing your needs, but put on a serious look in order to help yourself establish prestige and make others pay more attention to your request. But only change our behavior is not enough. It is because this kind of people think that I must not be hated by others. I must say yes to the requirement of others. Therefore, we need to get rid of this personality from your mindset. The first step is to pay attention to our feelings. This personality will suppress our true thoughts and needs, and make people feel uneasy and anxious. Then these emotions will be expressed through physical discomfort. For example, some people feel nauseous and want to retch when they are nervous. In life, we must consciously pay attention to our physical feelings. These feelings can be pain, chills, or fever in a certain part. Don't turn a blind eye to them. Think about what emotions might be behind these feelings. The second step is to find the thoughts that are hidden in your mind. That means what you want to say, but you didn't say it. After you find the hidden thought, you have to ask yourself, what is it that prevents me from saying these things? Generally, the reason is that I must behave in line with others. Otherwise, others will look down on me. And all conflicts must be avoided. Otherwise, my friend will not like me. After you find your hidden thought, the next step is to change this thought. First, distinguish your thoughts and action. This thought might have been with you for many years. Sometimes, even if you know it is unreasonable, you still can't control what you think, right? In this case, you must learn to separate this thought and action. Even if there is such an idea, you cannot be influenced by it. It doesn't mean you have to do it. So, I recommend that you consider this thought as an invited guest. When he appears in your mind, you can tell him that I have another things to do. Please leave now. Don't bother me. You have to try to ignore these thoughts and focus on what you should do. Over time, you will get used to ignore these thoughts and getting rid of this personality. Second, change I must to I can. For example, I must say yes to other people's requirements. You can change it to I can say yes to other people's requirements. Do you see the difference? When you say I can, that means you have the talents to do it. You can decide to do it or not to do it. But when you say I must, that means you have no choice, even if you don't want to do it. It will add a lot of pressure to yourself. To sum up, in order to get rid of this personality, you must learn to be aware of your own feelings and emotions and change it. Also, you need to pay attention to your body language and learn to cope with the need for pressure expression, thereby eliminating fears, gaining confidence, and trigger more change in actions. So, I hope you find this video is useful. If you have any question, feel free to comment down below and let me know. Hey, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share because more remarkable idea is on the way.